Hello everybody. In my last video, I talked about activating the new earth grids within us. And what I felt like I didn't get a chance to illuminate was a lot of the symptoms that come with activating these new earth grids, with activating our dormant DNA. And I felt like it's an important part of this equation. And so this is going to be a short video on some of the symptoms that you might encounter. The first one I really want to talk about is sometimes you're just going to feel overwhelmed with energy. You're going to feel so much energy in your crown and your third eye. Your body might just go ice cold, and you're going to feel it as grace. You're going to feel it as light, but there's going to be so much of it at times because these grids are they're really high frequency grids that you're activating. So you're going to be feeling so much light that you might feel burning sensations. You might feel like you're going crazy. You might feel, and that's what I want to talk about. The more light we're taking in, the more grids we're activating, the more light that we shine on our inner conflicts, our inner craziness. Basically just our inner beliefs rooted in separation, duality, lack, and fear. And when that much light is being shined on those beliefs of unconsciousness, it can really illuminate them powerfully. It's like you go into an attic that you haven't been in for decades, and all of a sudden you turn on the light and so much darkness, right? Or so much just like debris, and it's just really dirty, and it can feel overwhelming at first. But just know that this is normal, and that when we activate these new grids, what we're doing is we're clearing old grids. We're clearing old density. We're cleaning out that attic. We're cleaning out all the debris that was keeping our dormant DNA, just keeping it dormant. We're allowing things to clear. So, and part of this clearing process is, yes, the crazy, uncontrollable thoughts might arise. We're going to feel overwhelmed with energy, like we're in a pressure cooker. And what that is, it's like you're going to feel pressure sometimes. You're also going to feel burning sensations. And it's basically the light. It's grace burning away your karma. It's grace burning away your conditioning, burning away the programs. It's literally cooking away your unconscious beliefs. And sometimes the energy has to be as overwhelming as it is, because this is fierce grace. It has to be this overwhelming at times so that it wants to break our identification with thought, with the mind, with the ego. So know that when you're overwhelmed with energy and you're having crazy, uncontrollable thoughts and it just feels like too much, that you're right on the cusp of a huge breakthrough, and that you just need to breathe through this, because this is a grid coming up and it's almost all the way out. We reach a peak with the energy and the crazy thoughts and just feeling overwhelmed right when an old grid is about to fall away, right when an old pattern is about to fall away. So do your best to not resist this movement and just breathe through it. A very practical tip to ground yourself while you're feeling all of the overwhelming energies of when you're activating new earth grids is a sinking breath. So I'll do one with you. For example, what you do is you go 4 counts in and 8 counts exhale. 3 counts, or like a 3 count inhale and a 6 count exhale. So you always double the length of your exhale. So that way what you're doing is you're sinking into your body. And it's a really very effective tool to put in your toolbox when you're having way too much energy, especially if it's a crown chakra activation. Know that this is beautiful and it's divinity and it's grace, and this energy is liberating you from all your old conditionings, identifications, attachments. All your neediness is being burned away. But it is nice to have a tool. I wrote some others down because I didn't want to miss anything. I think I covered all of those. Yeah, actually I think I got it all. Amazing. Oh, one of the other things that's going to be normal when you're activating new grids is you're going to be getting triggered a lot, because like this stuff is coming up to the surface, like this unconsciousness in you. These old patterns are like right there, so it's not going to take much to feel triggered. Now, that doesn't mean you have to unconsciously react when you get triggered. What you can do is just see that what someone else is doing is they're bringing up an aspect of you that you haven't been able to love before, that this aspect of you that someone else is triggering up, this feeling that comes up when someone triggers us, that very uncomfortable, painful sometimes feeling. That's a part of us that hasn't been seen before, and it just wants to be seen. So all we need to do, if we can, try to avoid unconsciously acting it out when you get triggered. It's a time to go be with yourself and connect deeply to yourself. And as you connect deep enough inwards, you're more able to show the triggered parts of you love. You're more able to shine the light of awareness on it. You're more able to let Source see this part of you. And as you do that, you start to love it. And then that old pattern falls away. Or you could say it integrates. And when you get triggered, you'll start seeing it as an opportunity to connect deeply with yourself. And know that we can't activate new grids, we're not going to embody new earth energy if we're not deeply connected to ourself. The deeper we're rooted in the self, the more deeply we're connected with ourself, the more that we're going to be able to embody new earth, and the more that source energy can shine out. So every time we get triggered, it's an invitation to go in and to meet the self more fully. And the last thing I wanted to say about this movement is when you're feeling overwhelmed, when you're in the fetal position, when you're just being broken by the energy, prayer, can you connect to the non-physical in a deeper way? Do you have the humility to ask for help? Because help is always there. And if you're on this path, I'm sure you've started to cultivate a deep connection to the non-physical. You can call it anything you want, the intelligence of life, God, the universe, your higher self. Whatever resonates with you, just can you have the humility to ask for help, to ask God to keep you centered while you activate new earth grids. Ask God to keep you open, to give you the courage and the strength to clear the old grids, to clear the old patterns. Ask God to help you love those around you unconditionally, even when it seems like everyone's triggering you. So ask for help from the non-physical, and it will be there for you. And if you can open yourself, you will feel yourself receiving it. And this path, if it's anything, it's about receiving, just learning to receive everything. Just learning to receive love, learning to receive grace, learning to receive compassion and peace and joy, and just being an open conduit to receive these feelings and these energies. So I wanted to cover that. I hope that was helpful. And I hope you guys are having a fun awakening process. It's going so fast. It's a really rapid movement right now, where I know we're all going through it. It's filled with super highs and super lows. You're the space in which it's all happening. You're not that which it is happening to. It's happening to your mind. It's happening to your ego, to those parts of you that aren't even real, to the false self. That's what's dying away. That's what all these energies are cooking away, are dissolving away. You are the space in which it is all happening. And when you can see that, you can maintain more of an openness and a neutrality to everything, because you see it all as fleeting. And you see that the only thing that is real is the true self. So I love you guys, and I will see you in the next video. Namaste.